just to know what you knew. Restless every time we start looking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Let the darkness take control. Let the darkness take control. Darkness take control. May the darkness take control. Take me in slow, breathe me in and let me go. Sink to your heart to find you. Open up your eyes till you're blinded by the lies, so you can see what you do. Restless every time we start looking as a lost control. Oh, it's paradise with honesty, but I'm in the dead of the night. Teardrops on the floor. The pain is over. Feel the darkness take control. You and me, we both live life at full speed. Easy to see when we collide. No one walks away easy. I never thought you'd be the one. I never meant to take your heart. I never felt so hard. I never meant to be the one. I never thought I'd break your heart. And after the stars have crumbled to dust.
Ok, bonjour. Ouais, il fait noir. Hop. On se retrouve sur Honkai, comme j'ai dit hier. Qu'est-ce que je fais là? Qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Ah, j'ai regardé le monde neuf. Je l'ai pas fait, mais j'ai juste regardé. Hop. Cut la musique. Refresh ça. Boire un coup, j'ai la gorge sèche. Ah oui, il y a les drops Twitch aussi. Ah oui, c'est vrai, ils donnent des... Ça, c'est l'événement anniversaire. Ça, c'est un autre événement, il faut que je fasse la mission pionnière. 32 jours, ça va. Ça, c'est pure fiction. Très bien. Démonstration de personnage, je crois que j'ai tout fait. Ouais. Bah merci pour les récompenses. Ouais. Donc j'ai débloqué celui-là. Moi je préfère celui-là, je le trouve plus stylé. Hop. Des incohérences dans la description de compétences d'Imeco. Et bah depuis le temps. Affectation. Maintenant il y a un bouton tout récupérer. Je suis obligé de lancer la partie? Oh, fait chier. Troisième, j'ai pas joué. Ah, il a chopé Archeron. Allez, on lance les dés. Revenu de terrain disponible. On va prendre ça. D'accord, je suis pas le seul à... Il y a des tests d'affinité. Et à chaque fois je réponds comme les gens. Moi je m'en fous. La récompense. Ok. Bon, on y retournera plus tard parce que voilà. Sinon je peux y passer des heures. Moi je voulais... J'ai combien de tickets? 36. Je voulais poule archeron. « 44. Est-ce que ce sera suffisant? Là il donne angle. 2 4 étoiles sur une multi, c'est quand même assez rare. Enfin, pour moi. Ok, c'est une préservation. Le porteur a plus de chances d'être attaqué, mais les dégâts qu'il subit sont réduits de 16%. Pas mal. Peu là. Non. Ah, j'ai eu Gallagher. C'est vrai, je l'ai oublié lui. On écoute, on fait à l'oreille. Pelo. J'ai combien de dolons sur Pelo? 4 étoiles à la suite. J'ai combien de dolons? Pelo et dolons. Ah bah je l'ai E6. Et Dan Hang, bah je l'ai E6 aussi. Et j'ai Gallagher.
Intuition, instinct. Training can sharpen them both.
Je t'ai rien demandé. Hop. 40 sauts hyperespace. Du coup on commence ça. Je voudrais mettre Archeron à la place de loup d'argent. Bon ça je vais garder pour l'instant. Hop, du coup je voudrais commencer la mission pionnière. Donc quand on s'était laissé, si je me souviens bien, la dernière image de la vision pionnière, c'est Robin morte dans son bain. C'est la dernière chose qu'on a vue. Ah et Sunday et Sparkle qui parlaient. Sunday qui disait à Sparkle de partir. Mais lui il est trop louche.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this.
Ah, je peux pas aller dans les paramètres. Je crois que le son est pas assez fort.
Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time. and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Mais je préfère faire confiance à Archeron
Who's
que
to
lui.
say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one. And there's no...
The IPC is not the garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way, they've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody... That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions. And that's why I need you all. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And I get to put it toward... Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more fun. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but...
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan... What is she thinking?
Bah non, le son il est bon. Pourtant j'ai l'impression qu'il est faible.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
J'ai l'impression que le rendu du son est vachement faible. Non, j'ai pas mis de fil ou quoi. Qu'est-ce qui se passe encore?
He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet, but judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line. That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers. That is something I agree on. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety. As for the other questions, I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two. Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable, but without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet.
Moi, je fais plus confiance à Archeron qu'à Aventurine.
It's
J'avais
best
fermé
to
ma
keep
fenêtre.
your distance from her.
Aventurine, il a l'air trop louche, trop bizarre. Il me fait penser. Bon, c'est sur un autre jeu. Mais à Tartaglia. Pour moi, c'est la même chose. Il donne l'impression qu'il est tout beau, tout gentil. Pour te faire un sale coup derrière. Il est trop lisse, trop parfait. Ça cache un truc.
The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening if someone has chosen these victims deliberately. First a smuggler, then a family celebrity. Then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here,
Je sais pas si le son il a un peu augmenté.
come this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost.
Propriété audio avancée. Non, pas ça. Non, c'est trop avancé. Ah là, ça a l'air d'être un peu plus. C'est là qu'Archeron se battait avec Sam, je crois. Mais ils sont où tous les deux?
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a night. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just because. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. Hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on. I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you. Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there. What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Là, j'ai pas regardé, mais il y a eu des vidéos de sortie. Il y en avait un où Archeron et Black Swan, justement, dansaient. Pom Pom, il dort.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Ok, donc je me retrouve à l'heure dorée. Avec des gens bourrés qui dégueulent de l'arc-en-ciel. Super. Je sais plus si je l'ai pas au max, ça, cette chrono.
I should take a moment to gather my...
That blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
Le manoir de la flamme éternelle.
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
You're still alive, as are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon. From the beginning to the end. We are born.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames, but my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring purgatory with me there, and
Why?
because on the path they have forged, you emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword. Destruction is intense, but brief. Too cravenly click.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called ink.
All right.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in it.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity. I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I choose. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but... why? Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, he knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until, however, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I
don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron Hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So... I know who is inside that cult armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for...
It's not yet. I don't need help. But I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past. And
Already on it.
the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the astral. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see, here I am, confronting you.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
I knew it.
Hang on.
Don't. What?
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who... I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. So,
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
Ok. Mais qui c'est dans l'armure de Sam?
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss Rob.
I'm sorry that I couldn't.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with...
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March. Do you remember what that family rep who
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out...
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
All the while accusing that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle.
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust...
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that leg is...
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start, what are we...
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate it. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well...
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal?
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied a few times now, and I can't... You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
C'est tout.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, the existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough
ferme
that
sa gueule.
everyone will notice.
Faut que je bloque le truc.
But it also...
Il va peut-être
An
viser
attack
l'hôtel.
on the hotel guests? Unlikely. He's definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong. Aventurine has devoted
Je pense pas
considerable
qu'il va
attention to her.
attaquer
But this Galaxy
Archeron.
Ranger...
Archeron est beaucoup
I was
trop
also considering
badass.
the possibility,
Et il doit savoir qui c'est,
because
à peu près.
he respects you so
Et il
much,
sait que
and
il peut se
has
faire
sought you out before a few
démonter.
times. I'm just he's clearly a born...
Aventurine said something. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever. But
Mais
said
c'est impossible
nothing
qu'elle ait
about
tué
her
Robin,
connection to that
parce qu'elle était
memory
toujours
mean or
avec nous.
why he was stalking you.
Je crois. Je me rappelle plus la dernière quête. Mais je crois qu'il y avait Archeron dans le pays des rêves. Avec Black Swan, moi. Et je crois qu'il y avait Corluciole.
It was a groundless accusation. Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to... However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang. You've met her many times now. That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of...
C'est vrai qu'à chaque fois qu'on l'a vue, elle, c'est dans le pays des rêves. Archeron.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone... Whenever I see the Grand Thief... No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which everyone loves. Everyone
Il
still
devrait quand même
having a
mettre des
great
voix au
time
personnage
out
principal.
there on
Parce
the
que juste le voir faire.
streets. Nobody knows what's
Bon, c'est un
happened.
peu...
It's all so unreal. As if Firefly... Aw, what a mess. But then...
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention...
Among our current clues, the two murders that he witnessed... One thing I'm curious about is... If a person dies in a dream...
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things...
Worth focusing on. Oh,
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together.
I will. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my...
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Man.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this, so you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in... Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos with a Stellaron on it. Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do...
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups. Because the conversation coming up... well...
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams. Only for people allergic to Soul Glad. And she...
Really? But I don't taste...
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well...
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they...
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what...
They sought refuge in the land of sleep. Merely wishing children of the flame. This box.
She won't be necessary. I alone.
When have those?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way, it's like it's been erased. Who's...
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you? Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you
Oh. A phone.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement.
Ok. On a les points de vue de tout le monde.
Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the interstellar the formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise Prothean. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves in...
Sigonia. Sigonia. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tear. You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Oh, Gaiaphra Triclops, when you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where I don't ask for a peaceful death, just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother? Otherwise, why would this...
Mommy! Mommy! It is raining! It's true! Our elders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain.
Such a lucky child. such a blessed child. And your scheme. Welcome to the sad world.
Time.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic... To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was...
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to... It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2... what should we do?
Incredible gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Robin is what she calls mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. But she died. Right?
A complete and utter loss. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has...
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. Starting to break out in a cold sweat.
A probability? Yes, it exists, but if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, that man wants to see you again.
Who?
Sunday.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop...
Fine. Well, that's great. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you. Without any further ado, let's set off. Leap.
Et moi, Ratio, je le trouve trop louche aussi. Qu'est-ce qu'il fout là? Alors qu'il était dans la station spatiale.
The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress? I like this metaphor.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its...
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll...
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor.
Hendrik.
Hey, you two! That's a place.
I was requested.
Oh, I remember.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional annihilating power armor.
Right, and as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours
doesn't exist.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see.
It seems like the idiocy index here.
A dead end.
The door is shut tight.
I mean, there isn't a door.
For security reasons, the fam on the previous occasion.
Well, maybe we should do the same.
Ok, beaucoup d'oiseaux en papier.
A reward with no risk? I'll take it.
Putain, il m'a remplacé Kafka. Oh, c'est comme Yoshia, quand on l'avait, on peut pas le jouer. Quoi? Ça m'a mis un shield sur tout le monde? Ok. Il est indigné? Comment ça se fait?
An elusive foretell. Again, ill tidings manifest.
Can you let me have some fun this time?
C'est pour dire que je peux pas le jouer?
At this speed, too slow. Looks like somebody needs a doctor. Gotta get those vitamins. Good as new.
Mind your manners.
Merde, c'est pas ça.
Memories are ever beneath the silent waters. Slide
Il est Eli Bailou.
Time to show you. What's in your prescription? Good as new.
The threads of destiny aren't chosen.
C'est quoi qui lui a donné indignation?
The seal of ill fate descends.
More enemies.
Looks like I've got a winning hand. Going all in. Tabs on me.
Let
The
me tend
dice
to
have
your
been
wound.
cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Look, listen, feel, check.
C'est un préservation, mais il a l'air assez balèze pour un préservation.
Again, ill tidings manifest.
Can you let me have some?
Better hedge can't lose this one.
The threads of destiny, the seal of ill fate descends.
All in.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor. Huh? Yeah. Time for a buzz.
All right, I'll call your. Don't ask, just spend.
What would you like to know this? Again, ill tidings manifest.
Je vais voir si je peux changer ma team, mettre Kafka à la place de l'ouf d'argent.
Watch your head.
I'd be 10 to your look with some field tech. Huh. More enemies. Time for a buzz.
Looks like I've got a winning.
The seal of ill fate descends.
Fortune follows luck, just like it always does.
J'ai rien à foutre ici. Mais qu'est-ce que je dois faire? Là, j'ai pas utilisé son truc. Il est pas indigné. D'accord, bah super.
Again, ill tidings manifest. Caught in the net.
Better hedge your bets.
Looks like somebody needs a doctor.
Stand still.
Hop.
Feeling lucky.
Là, j'ai utilisé son passif. Non, il est pas indigné.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Good times never last. Time to say bye. Boom.
The threads of destiny, the seal of ill fate descends.
Then breathing sensation. Relax.
Voilà. Hop. Du coup, faut que je monte là. Oh. J'ai plus de trucs. Il me fallait les trois. Hop. Ici. Hop.
Six nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
But are these nightingales?
They are. What's wrong?
Mais c'est bien ça, ce que j'ai dit.
How can nightingales be so huge?
There are no eagles in the five families, only nightingales.
On a l'image, c'est bon. Donc lui, il faut que je le tourne 2 fois. Lui, il reste comme ça. Et lui aussi. comme ça. Et les deux dans l'autre sens.
Just as I thought. Here's the correct...
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance.
Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that.
I was being sarcastic.
Très bien.
Oh, impressive.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family.
Donc il faut que je descende. Si, il doit y avoir un coffre quand même. Bah oui.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong?
No, but this...
My friend?
It's a trial. You got to prove your... If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open...
Oh, and
Get serious. I've no time for game.
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Oh, look. There's a noticeable gap in the...
There wasn't a gap before.
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recall...
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Ok. Donc faut sûrement que je fasse ce puzzle. Ah non, il va là-haut. Lui là. Lui là. Et lui là. Oh, c'était juste pour un coffre.
Does that hurt? Destiny's course is becoming,
Hop.
Relax.
Oh merde, je joue avant.
Good times never last. Time to say bye.
Oh, c'est bien, il faut pas full HP.
The human body is beautiful in its fragility.
Found it. This is it.
Waouh. Je vais rechercher les pièces du puzzle. Il n'y en avait qu'une? Comment je récupère ça? Faudrait que je passe là. Ok. Donc c'est là. Faudrait que je remonte encore un cran. Hop. Ok.
If I were you,
Bon, ça va, j'ai pas besoin de faire le chemin inverse.
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. Oh, look. The gap is closed.
Donc c'est ça la vraie porte.
Oh, good heavens. Did I drink?
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor, you're cute. Oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Just find a way to slip me... Oh, fine. Let's find a way to open the door.
C'est normal ça? Peut-être. Partons du principe que ça l'est. Oui, d'accord.
Hello. Well, I am an oak soldier.
And
Hello. I am an oak soldier. Model. Gen. Please look. Model.
what's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? Oh, capsule machine. So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exactly like the real buildings. The only difference is that no one lives in them. Funny that Sunday puts a miniature that makes him seem like a giant by comparison, right where he can see it first thing in the morning.
Oh, des ennemis.
Insecure much?
Je peux les éviter?
Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs.
Je peux les éviter. Hop, hop.
Machine to flick myself up there, but it's tough.
Cette vision d'horreur.
Doc!
There's no need to yell. I can hear you. Finally, a moment of peace.
D'accord, du coup maintenant on joue ratio. Quoi? Mais j'étais attaqué.
Memories are ever beneath the silent
Et pourquoi ça m'a remis l'ouvre d'argent, ça m'a pas remis
lies an
Capcom?
endless abyss. What would you like to know? Again, ill tidings manifest.
Never stop thinking.
The seal of ill fate descends.
Let's
60%.
test your knowledge. 0 points. Next.
The threads of
1900.
destiny again, ill tidings manifest. Beneath the silent
Je disais ça.
waters lies an endless abyss. Retribution will find you.
Pourquoi il n'y a pas le son de... Ah, de la frappe.
Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out. I'm asking the questions. Let's test your knowledge.
Destiny's course is becoming
SAS
apparent.
Kippy. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood. 0 points. Next. Call that defense? Never stop thinking. Fail. Get out.
The seal of ill fate descends.
Bon, il meurt.
That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Oh, you're back.
Mhm.
Thanks, Doc.
Ah oui.
Oh, Horatio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, you could easily squash me with just a pinch.
If that is your wish, I will do so without a moment's hesitation.
All done. Piece of cake.
On sait rien que j'ai là-bas, je peux juste faire demi-tour. C'est pour ouvrir la porte.
And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
J'ai renvers.
It's a pity you made it out.
Yeah.
Tell me about your...
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear.
Looks like sincerity...
Am I not sincere enough? And I'll help him find the murderer.
On what basis do you believe...
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman. We need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to... Moreover, I need to know her identity. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. We'll see. Using Robin's death, if the chance of winning is just...
Ah, the charming audacity.
3 chips are enough. All or...
Rencontrer Sunday.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you, IPC ambassador.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of effort into welcoming me, Mr. Sunday.
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend of yours has been of great help.
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do.
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and... But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet...
You don't look too well. Am I making you anxious? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious accusation against the family.
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is... There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice has been out of tune. Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and But don't worry. I'm on your side.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine, since you're so...
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this.
The box in which the cornerstone is stored.
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the Preservation Emanator, granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious...
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be undertaking.
Mr. Aventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not protrude from your vest. Your trouser creases should be perfectly straight, and always aligned with the tips of your shoes.
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. You should make sure everything is presentable and in order before leaving the house. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must be in the custody of the family.
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't...
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip, not a merchant. I can give you... the fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for. What exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron. Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next, you have 113 seconds.
And if I refuse to answer...
You can try, and we'll see if the harm... Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to pop... Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong to...
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the techniques of the Garden of
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes.
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate one's own or another's mind?
No. Does it...
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your...
I don't...
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine Stone is safe in...
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance to defend your own. Please. Are these what you're looking for? Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince...
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position, and
if you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that, besides...
Cut to the chase. What do you need?
I need Mr. Aventurine.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to...
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing together in the interests of the IPC.
You'll have to speak more clearly than that.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine...
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal...
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC senior staff and related members can access it. Unfortunately, your guess is...
The golden stone. Its color and glow are...
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that the 10 Stonehearts chisel their own will, and this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine. And it belongs to Topaz.
Il a la pierre de topaz.
So, do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested...
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that corner...
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone, more precious than life itself, with a bunch of worthless jewels. Disguise.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter, and requests the gift money.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. As for the villain... It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a blot of utter failure to your...
Ratio, you wretch.
Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live.
You might as well explain yourself a little more clearly.
What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you acted willfully, uttering nothing but falsehoods, transforming the consecration.
Is this what the Harmony represents? But is it built upon constraint and coercion?
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. Throughout these 17 system hours, you will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the Harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the Eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom. I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge the evil from the inside and bring the real culprits to justice within 70 when the time comes. Compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grow.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing is achieved.
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can Off you go, Mr. Aventurine.
This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright
execute.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled upon a scene of a murder could have found out. By the way, before you go...
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction?
Kakavasha! Where did you go? Oh,
I got it back, sister.
You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. It's just a necklace. It's neither food nor water. But I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to look for those catechins again.
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but I'm smart. I played a game with them, and
One? What happened?
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? I won. They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't. I won fair and square.
Of course you'd win. You've always been a lucky child. But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against the...
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy.
It is important, but not as important as you, my dearest brother. Pain and poverty are the trials of Gaiathra Triclops. She has also granted us a chance. And that's your good luck, Kakavasha. You're a child blessed by Gaiathra Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So, listen to me. And
Okay, I will. But sister, if Gaiathra Triclops was really,
Then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the Catechins' land only to... And where was Gaiathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness under her breath. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. If every rainpour was Gaiathra Triclops' forgiveness, then how bad were our sins? So much so that we were born.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided also doesn't show any matches.
Just as I thought.
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators, such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels. I apologize. The hotel does not have access.
Looks like nothing can be found.
At least we know who to look. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way, is Miss Robin doing
fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The prepper...
Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin, but that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. She's also in the running for the legacy.
Is there any other way to...
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people. The hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal. According to the scene witnessed by him, it is likely that they are behind Miss Firefly's...
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron...
Who are you guys? The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position. Ready to execute armed evacuation? What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just don't let the Help! Help me! I spent all my year-end bonus on the snowball! I don't...
Hey, check it out! That voice... Could it...
To all guests, the IPC will be conducting
I'll request a beating for you lot! You've been told not to drink during work hours. Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should...
Miss Topaz?
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. Aventurine. It's fine. Do as they ask and try to avoid any conflict. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison is only a Aventurine who carries an invitation is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us, we can only...
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't back him up in the dreams?
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family.
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds.
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? How does it feel to be in business with Aventurine? That's just his style. But Aventurine's luck has always been good. He's always closed all his cases without a hit. As for the 2 cases, apologies, but I don't have much.
Je m'attendais pas à voir Topaz.
We're carrying out our captain's orders.
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else.
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly at the time.
It's you again.
Well, spit it out. Stop.
So you know each other. Why do you keep running into people you... That's right. We're investigating...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to shut... What murder? You'd better...
That's right.
Looks like they're not going to cooperate.
Why don't we just look for the security officer then? It's
Hop. Bon, du coup, faut que j'aille voir Gallagher. C'est un healer 4 étoiles, mais sa façon de heal est particulière. Faut que je le rejoue pour mieux comprendre.
Apologies. Hold on a minute.
How much trouble have you stirred?
Not possible. It was you the last time yelling about some clockwork friendship while beating me up with that silver-haired... I'm not letting you get by this time.
Huh?
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation.
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about? There's been a few people mentioning this name. Even the one with the gray hair.
He didn't send you all here?
It was the security op...
He'll do. He's the one we...
Sorry. No can do. The boss, everyone, please leave.
We're really sorry for troubling you.
Another way. Can you perform it again? Please?
Sorry. Everyone...
Sorry, but human lives and the family's reputation...
No? Do I really have to get down? If that's the case...
No.
Looks like...
Let me... Whoa! Time to clock out! And no...
Huh?
This...
At least he won't be getting in our way again.
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh. Oh, it's you guys. Welcome.
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir. Judging from...
Miss Himiko, you're too polite. There's no need to call me sir.
Mr. Gallagher, you even know my name.
Of course I do. You folks are from the legendary Astral Express. And I had an encounter with this gentleman in the golden hour. I remember that little silver-haired girl was there too. I'm sorry for what happened.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that child. So we've decided...
The Nameless involved with the family. What an
Why? What's...
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone look. No matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go.
Mr. Gallagher, see...
Well, you got it wrong. You want to discuss the case? Sure.
Pour l'instant, de l'autre côté, c'est avec Velt.
Even after that chilling tragedy, this dream is still running effortlessly. Other than the family of the Harmony, it's hard to imagine any other power in the universe.
The family itself is a huge, perfect building. Like, each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal. Under their command, they loyally fulfill...
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony...
But the human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better sense of what's going on than I do.
Why do you say that, Miss Acker?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain inevitability of human nature. The family as people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of...
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom... I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron. Are you...
Of course. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily... forgetful. It's only...
Take your time.
That should do it. I vividly remember everything that occurred.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's where the Dawn Factory, which...
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance, they say it will suffice. There I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. The perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. For certain reasons, her wish was...
Gilded Hour. It's said to be Penacony.
Yes. It is a fortress-like financial city. Everyone there is exquisitely dressed, and I've never met anyone who is willing to talk. I don't know if they would open the
Ouais, ça a
door.
pas l'air d'être super important tout ça.
I hear the Blue Hour is...
Perhaps Mr. Yang has heard. There was a large boat. I ran into a wizened lady there. In the humid sea breeze. Finally, we retreated to the beach.
The dreamscape of chic, luxury, and...
Then you all must have seen those who are I saw an Intellitron there, who was preparing to auction himself. That Intellitron had been auctioned off a dozen. This time around, there were no successes. This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Were the spirits of the rich. This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber, should we still seek to change it?
Miss Acheron? There was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with deep, unhealable pain, made a choice. He wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, and since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. They slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those people who wished.
And yet, you stand here right now. Which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future, even if human weaknesses. And that man, he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embracing his final victory with his fall. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings, countless others would surpass him, soaring to.
A fitting metaphor for the Nameless's trailblazing spirit. Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. I too have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar, even if not completely similar. The story you just told, I ended that man's life. Alone. I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the hunt, exactly what...
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue. I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at... They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky, only to realize that the end of the light is not the sun? Then why, exactly?
Pas possible.
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony?
This voice, it's not constant.
Though I don't know exactly what you are, my bullets will find you. Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's tracking Acheron too. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake?
I'm the Garden of Recollection.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like. You that imposter's bodyguard?
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the Galaxy Ranger, yes? I have something to ask.
Are you asking me to write your...
Not quite. I only want to ask. She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you are, aren't you? Tell me, what's Acheron's...
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an... well... Don't be... That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. But If all you want is a simple answer, is an emanator who should not exist.
Quoi? On retourne du côté d'Aventurine.
You look pale. Or is that also I thought this was exactly what you wanted. After all, I faithfully fulfilled. Just tell me if you can't hold on any longer.
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my undertaker now.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure the people at...
Great. Then tell your people that adventuring...
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exact...
My conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family. That they hold the secrets of... I even managed to recover the gift money.
Sounds like a very...
That's all I can say. Have you forgot? Go. Do what you must. I look forward to the sight of the IPC fleet surrounding Penacony.
That's true, but what's your plan?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out.
You are indeed a gambler. An insane one at that.
Maybe I am.
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on your last legs.
What's this?
Okay.
Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway, it's just as I guessed it would be.
You be willing to support my performance? Wow, how fabulous!
Well...
That's incredibly kind of you.
Sure thing.
Death? That's...
Oh, you see...
Well, if you're up... It was like they were in some...
Thank you. Unexplained coma. I can feel something inside my head. Is the... Great show. What?
My death. The effects.
Is that?
Yeah. What else?
What a show! A monster covered in. The disturbing voice in my head. It's getting closer.
Sip of.
Oshi.
Oh? Or are you...
You really shouldn't drink some...
Oh?
The devil?
They...
Yeah. Does everyone have to go through so much
Take care, my friend. If you ever... You don't look good, my friend. If you...
That won't be necessary.
All right, then.
Well...
Stowaways.
All right. What was I...
You want to talk to me?
How did your boss...
Well, I thought about it.
Guess she's got...
Is this?
Yes, it...
Is this for real?
No, it's not much.
Oh, you sound just... He's an intelligent...
Hey. The Devil of Soulglad, Dangers in the Dream, and Nightmare Ghosts.
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers. Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere. Is the smell of death so enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one myself?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again. But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out...
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into... chaos? Well, I can make that happen. I just need an answer to one question. Did you really mean Robin?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded...
Well done. I admit I underestimated you, but what difference would it make? Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us presses it, the other and the whole of... If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage...
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of. But it's good to hear that he's still here, and I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, when that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fire.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true. Just don't let me down now, okay?
So, number 35. You're back.
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak. The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to save your skin in that mess. But I figured you must have had good luck, so I bought you. From now on, your first task is simple. In addition to you, I've purchased Go and play a game with them. You came out alive after 2 days.
You're insane.
Testing out.
Aren't you worried that the money you spent?
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is never short of self-righteous, but you look good. And that's why many...
How much did you...
What?
My price.
Huh. You really want to know? Well, it was 6...
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me 30 tanba.
Are you trying to strike a bet? Yeah, sorry, but that won't do. Don't forget you're just a chip. It's all or nothing.
Et on retourne du côté du pionnier.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the old days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dream Jolt Hostelry. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at soul. What would you like to drink? I'll whip it up for you.
Oh, look! A lady as cool as Serval.
Who's Serval? Will you, introduce me?
Oops.
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my table.
They're all under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar, shouldn't you whip up some special...
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friend, the discussion might take quite some time.
In the bar?
Why, we're in a dream, my lovely...
Oh, did you hear that? She just called me my...
Even in reality, mixing drinks is more...
Only then.
In other words, what you get...
Check out this bottle. The liquid half an amber era. Ugh, drinking this stuff. That's true.
Did you find the bottle of syrup I've been hoarding? Don't worry, it's all just a dream and it won't upset your stomach.
Ugh, that... Can this... Oh, what should we exchange? Hey, what are you doing? You can't just throw trash. No way. The word happiness is the dream of the hum. That's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Stay up.
Uh-huh.
Haven't I? But you have the... Come with me.
As you see,
Fine.
just...
What's her deal?
Hey, can you do that clockwork?
Yeah, I'm
You're one of Siobhan's guests, right? I just don't... Those darn Irish jerks! I can... I just don't get...
Je vais la faire chialer.
It's
It's ridiculous. I'm too timid. You don't know. Shiva, I know.
She's still not leaving.
I just don't get. I've seen it. The crowd is going. I've seen that. Well, maybe here's the payment for the drink.
Amakia's love? That's when you're ready, go to Gallagher.
Ouais, j'ai pas trouvé d'autres ingrédients. Ah mais j'ai trouvé un coffre. C'est une nouvelle zone ça? Non, j'y suis déjà allé. Ouais, Osef. C'est facultatif.
That being said, so go ahead. Nice work. You found some each drink has its own The original formulas, now that you've chosen the bright future. I'll never forget the
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a concentric circles. Well, it's done. Here's to
Pas
you,
mal.
the nameless, with this glass of a ticket to the boneyard.
Rendez-vous au cimetière.
To the dead and the
Oh, the flavors.
The richness and layers of these. I'm not entirely.
Well, the imagery it implies is pretty.
Does this true?
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. When you got knocked out by that masked fool girl, I think I heard someone calling that name. Do you remember?
I was right about you. You guys seem to know quite a... Let's dig deeper into the case. And of course... Alright, let's start with what we know. She managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here on the planet... But here's the thing. We only... She simply vanished. Leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality. As if she had never come to Penacony at all.
Huh?
Different? Are you suggesting that girl wasn't actually killed? Let me be frank. This case, actually...
Dealt with before, so...
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even this confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. If you really want to delve deeper into this...
I guess it's time to tell the story.
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received...
There's a message. Witness the...
That's...
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait, did...
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. So how could I not know? I'm sure you...
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that the father of Penacony and...
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolute. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time. But the hounds haven't been able to track him down. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the
So, you...
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless to assist in the investigation, but kept you in the dark. Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the Land of the Dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain... You don't get it? Mikhail, the betrayer of the family... Here we are, Clock Studios theme park.
wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the watchmaker? I would have.
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners, the prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria. But everything has a price, and Sweet Dreams are no exception. He is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville, the great peace. History is always written by the winners. These characters not only exist in Dream.
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order. So many of them. We don't need to go in. We don't want to draw any unwanted attention inside. Let's find a quiet spot and continue our conversation. View here is great, right? Including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation are based on characters in the animation, he's Hanu's partner.
It was a monumental war for freedom. Hanunu fought alongside a motley crew. Among them was the person who would have...
But if you do the math...
I'm not sure, but Mikhail was already the watchmaker when I met him. So maybe he inherited the title.
How old are you now, Mr. Officer?
I'm 13.
Quoi?
No way. Not...
Hanunu freed the frontier prison, but peace still eluded him. With limited resources, it wasn't until the watchmaker approached the family with the...
Thus, he became known as...
But didn't you say the watchmaker betrayed?
No. I'm not his companion, but rather one of his many... But I am indeed a traitor. Not to the family.
What did you do?
I did nothing. And just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves to Penacony. But the Oak family, they said us. Mikhail was too old to protect his children anymore. So we left the family to find our own path. We were branded traitors of the Harmony, while they continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world. Behind closed. Nevertheless, we wanted to clear his, but we failed. Too much time had passed. And the family accepted me and made me an officer, supposedly as a form of forgiveness. But it was actually a punishment. Since then, I've been completely cut off from my partners and my past. I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could...
We're truly sorry for what happened.
Apparently, someone has inherited... Well, that's one way to look at it. However, only one member has... Unfortunately, after all these years... So, we will find the... If it really is Mikhail's ghost. I've told you all I know is a sign... Something just happened at the theme... How ironic. What's so different between the stowaways projected by Penacony today?
Gallagher...
While Firefly's whereabouts remain a mystery... Exactly. Gallagher suggests... That lines up with what we've gathered so far. Firefly got...
you're really into Clocky.
Speaking of which... Now that we've confirmed a lot of our...
Point de vue d'archeron.
Are your companions worried about you?
They're just checking up on me. Let's get in and get out. Looks like we're about to enter.
It's been a smooth ride.
Let's see if there's...
Voilà la team que je veux faire.
Something feels off. A grand mansion like this, and this door is open.
Just one moment. Light. I've made myself less noticeable. The crew can explain their presence as authorized by the family, but I can't come up with any excuse.
I see.
Merde, qu'est-ce que je pouvais faire? J'ai oublié, fallait appuyer sur E.
On the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Destiny's course. Again, ill tidings manifest. That breathing sensation. Stand still.
The model in the sand pit. It's the golden hour, isn't it?
Maybe the footprints here are different from the rest. There are 2 sets of them. Looks like outsiders might have passed through here long ago.
C'est fort quand même.
Well, there aren't any people in this mix.
Memories are ever beneath the silent waters. Lies an endless abyss.
Vous allez voir son ulti, il est vraiment trop stylé.
This is where it ends. Persistent, fleeting as the dawn still, destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, it too shall fall.
The threads of destiny, the seal of ill fate descends.
How familiar.
Looks like Slug listen feel quête.
Relax. Half the work is in the still waters of oblivion I guide the wandering souls.
Here, all yours. May as well kill them all.
I weep for the departed. Dusk's reign, it too shall fall.
Look, it drops some.
A note.
Seems like it must have been a big...
But no matter what their main
So, you're saying...
Yeah, but since no one's around to entertain us,
As soon as I and the rest...
Robin
Meaning...
If they're really...
That would
The information about Robin, Firefly, and...
Looks like the rumors were right. Death does seem to...
He's just surprised that this light cone is securely guarded.
According to Robin's interview...
I wonder how they're...
Growing up bring...
Yeah. Mr. Sunday...
They all seem to be inside.
Huh?
What is it?
No, nothing.
Perhaps that's why some... It seems neither the Dream Master of Penacony nor this old Odie is happy with Sunday's recent performance.
They don't seem to care much about death.
Maybe the other family heads don't think death?
That's all for now.
Before coming here, I had...
Watch out. Someone's...
I don't think trespassing on forbidden areas is the way to be a guest, Acheron.
Our apologies, Mr. Sunday. Nobody came to greet us, so we entered without permission.
But even if there's no one to greet you, you should wait for the host, even without the famous Galaxy Ranger. As far as I know, the crew has officially accepted the family's commission. So
on the contrary, that's exactly why we're here, to ask you about the case and gather more information.
Well, since you've come with goodwill, I have no reason to show—
Rest assured, he hasn't figured out that we went through those documents.
While the truth remains a mystery, I'm getting close to it. I assure you.
Let's hope justice will prevail soon. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How did the family, with all due respect, it's in the IPC's interest to wreak havoc before the Charmony Festival, and the family has every reason to suspect the IPC's—
Well, other family heads share the same suspicions as you, but in my opinion, the true murderer would never have drawn as much attention as that ambassador did. Not to mention, I personally shackled him a while ago. However, I'll give you a suggestion regarding your suspicions, Mr. Yang. You should be more cautious of Aventurine. While the wicked can't break through high walls, they can plunge their evil dagger. He's a businessman, not some philanthropist. But right now, he's out there handing out his wealth on the streets. And he went to the Clock Studios theme park all by himself. While the family is dedicated to keeping our guests safe, it might be wise for you. You never know what unexpected troubles.
Ok, point de vue d'Aventurine. Après, en train de sécuriser.
The case's main as per strategic and
What pretty eyes. Well, if they did, I'd sell them in a heartbeat.
You don't know how many people long for your eyes to be closed forever. As a servant, you should not resist your master. No lawyer has the audacity to defend you. Perhaps you ought to represent—
Not difficult, but definitely—
You're pretty confident on your eloquence. Did you also think that when you lied to the Intelligentsia Guild?
Ask and you shall receive. If your luck holds out, the IPC will dig something up from the golden sands of Ejihazo. Maybe even the Sand King's remain.
I'll admit that. What I'm more curious about, though, is—
Madam, I already have what I want. To be brought before you for the next high-stakes gamble.
Then let's talk about the second gamble. Tell me, what are you prepared—
My life. I bet you won't send me to the gallows.
What do you—
I want your Lenore to meet with me. I have something to say.
And then what?
I want cash.
It can't be that simple.
It is that simple. 30 tanbas. The remainder of my— With this money, I'll climb to even greater heights than you. Grasp even more rich—
Interesting. A pity Diamond won't see you. No one gets to see him. From here on out, you're wrong. 30 tanbas. He'll give you that. And much more than that. Wealth, status, Kakavasha. A good name. But go. Pick the clothes you like. Then choose your desired identity. May your plans never suffer.
Life is like a long term. People can't always make the— Is it because Gaia— But even if I overcome, will I return triumphant? Never to return. Lowly gambler. What?
What?
My dream? Perhaps, Belle. Forgotten me already. When you were stressed— Fine. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Get out of— The harmony? Oh, don't play the fool. It's not Not the first time. I'm you. And perhaps even more aware of yourself than you. Of what exactly you want. You're dying. And you still want to drag a grand unveiling. You really think you...
Why not?
Well, you may have fooled everyone. I can show you. Let's have a heart-on.
What exactly are you?
Most people in this world spend their entire lives just to reach one outcome. And I, Kakavasha, I am your...
First, I'm hearing things, and now I'm seeing. Great. Am I going to be elevated into the heart? Just a Pepeshi? No. A child.
Pourquoi j'ai des lettres en moins sur le truc de quête?
Minors weren't allowed in Golden Hour.
What's wrong, mister? You don't look well.
Impossible.
They're pretty, aren't they? Sis said they're a gift
C'est lui.
from Mama Funga. Colorful. Miss, they're in that amusement park. Papa and Mama went in. I have to go.
Those eyes. And Mama Thunga. No, it can't. There aren't any Avgens left.
Papa, Mama, wait for me.
Only on Paniconi, am I?
What are you still...
Well, you've known all along. The family. However, people don't see it like that. Which is why, once you
Oh, when you put it like that, even Ratio's a teeny peacock analogy sounds pleasant.
Well, you know how rare it is for me. It's good timing that you mentioned the dog. Oh, when everyone thinks that... Go on. Tell me I'm right. They only see your big bets. It's a heck of an act.
Well, the best way to prevent others from seeing...
Of course. I know you won't too well. But it's strange. For the preservation. I doubt it. Do you even have...
Oh, I thought you knew. We're done.
That's fine.
Well, it's not going to be me, anyway.
Playing hide and seek. I'm really good at this.
When Mama said goodbye that, I know you won't forget that.
It wasn't ruined.
Come on.
I've never changed.
On the contrary.
That child... Could he be in here?
Merde.
Is this... a topaz?
What? Does her cornerstone wrench out your heart?
I was merely curious at why it was here.
Maybe that winged guy put it here. The cornerstone's hue is the same as the radiant...
This is just bait.
Of course. That's why Ratio's betrayal...
Or...
all the better for you. Sunday didn't become head of the Oak family by acting sloppy. Which is why you had Ratio seek him out and leak the plan on... Finally, Sunday took the bait, found the other cornerstone, and before you know it...
everyone's distracted enough for you to... Why don't you stop rummaging through my mind? Your mind. It's our mind. You're me, and I'm you. The best way to prevent others from seeing your true colors is to first be able to fool yourself. This is the other cornerstone in Sunday's hands. Rather beautiful green. Just like you. Tell me. Must I do all the work? Aventurine is the stone of luck and trickery. That's what she said when you received the stone, wasn't it? This type of stone isn't rare, but its hue is very similar to a certain gem. In fact, it's often used as a substitute. And that more... Jade. Even Sunday can't tell the difference. Well, looks like jade can be substituted for aventurine, too. Aventurine, topaz, jade. 3 elite, 3 cornerstones who, for a measly pen... As I've said before, 3 chips are sufficient. But will it be the former? So, where's the real aventurine stone? Take it out. I just want to hear you say it. After all, it really does resemble it. As you wish, then. They never went anywhere. Piled up with these cheap baubles. You smashed the aventurine stone before you left? Oh, just look at it. Shattered. Just like your life. Poor thing. A humble pebble coated in the most lustrous sheen.
Tu vois, elle est longue la quête. En vrai. C'est quoi, 2h30 qu'on est dessus?
You're absolutely clear about the consequences of doing this. Blasphemy against Clip-On's body. You think the Well, Diamond has always been all about results. As long as I could create value. How else would the family be fooled if there was no price to pay? It doesn't matter. Even smashed to smithereens, the preservation's cornerstone can still be used. Its effect may be greatly diminished, but it's enough. Now I'm really curious. Why does every step you take... Do you truly believe that the greater the risk, the greater the rewards? I wouldn't have guessed... There is so much you don't see. Which is also why you'll never... That is... We'll just have to wait and see then. The cornerstone is gone. Another illusion of the harmony.
Hello.
Yes. You meet again.
Of course. Big Sis is there too. I'm so happy. On her... Yes, that's it. They put me, Papa, Mama, and you should give it a try too, mister.
Sure. How's... boring?
Okay.
aren't you talking?
You've piqued my interest.
Oh, you sound
Well, sincerity is one of our quaint journey.
Activer, tourner, activer. Tourner, activer. Activer.
This one's for you.
A dead end.
Oh, what's on your mind?
It's got nothing to do.
Do you need a hand? You wrapped that iron.
Shut up.
Oh, you don't. From what I.
How could a weak person take
That in your hands, those who pity you're not.
Comment tu parles trop?
those techniques you meant? What fun is it?
Fair.
Well, she gave me an ant.
You mean?
That's cheating.
If these leaves could be brought back, would they bloom into new flowers?
You obviously.
Mama only left us with.
That's what you all.
You can zip it if there's nothing to talk about.
The word's still ringing your ears, so you sure tis?
Enough.
Oh, I think I find. In the end, I'll think about Dad. If you could start over.
It's so quiet this time. Is he finally gone? Or am I the one about to disappear? Finally, made it out of this place.
Going home? But I don't want to go back yet.
Oh la vache.
It's so fun here. I want to stay here forever.
Peut être pour un coffre. Je voudrais faire la quête là, finir la quête. Oh, faut que je fasse ça.
There's only one place he can be going. Whether it's in the past, present, or future.
Le bazooka nous.
Mister, is that you? I hear the sound of leather shoes.
Me revoilà ici.
Ah, they're real. I don't know why, mister, but you always give me a special feeling. It's sad that I can't get to know you more. We have to say. Yes, I should go home. The day's getting dark, and it's.
You're home.
What a strange question. It's where Papa, Mama, and Big Sis are. In this dream. This
amusement park. But, mister...
Where are they then?
I don't know.
You do know. But there's... Admit it. We all are. Which is why we chose to stay here. Me. And him. Your past. And future.
How long will you stay?
Forever. We'll be with you. This is the greatest honor that we can offer to those who hurtled. The road less traveled is less traveled for a reason. You've never gone in any other direction. Your own life is the chip you're most eager to lay down. You don't care who the real murderer is, and the watchmaker's so-called legacy couldn't be more boring. What you want... You'll be the closing...
I can do it.
Of course you can. Your luck will help you at the right time. A Stellaron and an Emanator. That way, the IPC will earn a place at the table. And as for you, you'll just happen to slip the leash, sweep the rat race, extract yourself from this...
Oui, allez.
This isn't the first time. You've been an escape artist from day one. Oh. So...
He's just after Paniconi. No matter the means, no matter the price. It's not... Well, don't get soft on me now. What, did you
Hey, I was born from yourself. I'm well aware that climbing out of the hole you've dug is basically impossible. I can't stop you from doing what you want. We can't change where you want to go.
Well, what's done can't be undone. All we can do is play the cards we're dealt and rake in as much time as possible.
Yes. Alas, people won't make all the right choices in their lifetime. Though luck, you will keep winning, having never lost before, but why you? Why, if all your luck is built on the pain of someone you love, on the loss of dozens more? If these windfalls, these jackpots, aren't a gift from Gaiathra, then what did we do to
Maybe...
Fine. Time to make a move, my friend. Say goodbye to the kid before you shuffle off. It's best to die without regrets.
And now... only we are left. Can you...
Sure.
How nice. Now I could...
Look at the lens when you're taking...
Sure, I will...
I can't leave yet. I still have it.
Oh, let's go then.
Sure.
So you're an actor. No wonder your clothes are so stylish.
I'm actually a merchant. But I do have a show to do.
Are you the same as those men in black in the sky? But you're not wearing black.
Only ordinary employees have to wear that. My position is much higher than these.
Awesome. I hope I can become as good looking as you when I grow up. Behind this curtain. It's almost time to go on stage. Are you ready?
Thank you.
Let's put our palms together.
If you receive Gaiathra's blessing, you'll feel putting our palms together is a simple ritual. By putting our palms together and reciting the prayer to Mama, if you're not familiar.
It's all right. I know how to do.
This is where we go our own way, Kakavasha. The catechins.
Why? The catechins have already taken all our money, food.
Catechins are bloodthirsty, cruel, and insatiably greedy. They want this is a trick, an act of revenge. Remember? Today, they know the Avgin will surely hold a festival. Little do the catechins know. Without this rain, the catechins, but the Avgin always, as long as you ask for us. May the goddess Gaia keep your blood. Let your journey be in your schemes. Farewell.
Newsflash from the insurgent.
The clan launched the spokesperson. Finally, he proclaims.
Kakavasha? Bye. Okay. All the actors are in place. This act is dedicated to you. Kakavasha.
By the way, before you go, do you truly want to destroy the world with your own?
Let's assume, just assuming, then I would be quite happy to make that wager.
Is this Miss Acheron? Hello, I'm Himiko, the Astral Express.
Hello, I'm Mark 7. I'm...
Hello?
Since Welt has decided to travel with you, it means that he trusts you. And we trust...
Miss Acheron here doesn't present a danger, and she's of no threat to the Astral Express, which is why, before we...
You want to...
There must be some, in that sense, the Astral Express's role, assuming things do escalate.
You're talking weird again. But it's a good vibe. No matter what, we can't...
To solve the mystery of the Watchmaker, it is crucial to get the IPC...
Sounds like we've reached a consensus. Now...
I will accompany you, of course.
Let's move out then!
No need to rush. If he truly has laid a trap, he will
Ladies and gentlemen, the most wondrous, most magnificent show that the IPC cordially invites everyone to clock...
Look, should both the performers and spectators...
Let's get going, everyone. The hour of Trailblaze.
J'y vais. Mi midi. Non, c'est mort. C'est mort, c'est mort. Faut que j'arrête ici. Seul grand final, du coup, ce sera demain. Oh, pas mal de jade. Hein. De quoi faire s'il veut. Je dois avoir une petite quarantaine de pity. Je devrais attendre de faire 10 en vrai. Ouais, tant pis. Tout faire. Gallagher, ok.
Careful. Don't get too lost in those sweet dreams.
Ah là, c'est ton sur elle. Hop. Je suis presque au niveau 70 d'ailleurs. Ça monte vite. Bon, et bien ça, on le fera la prochaine fois du coup. Je n'ai plus le temps pour continuer. Malheureusement. Eh ben, d'accord, mon jeu a crash. Super. Tac. Bon, du coup, on a quand même bien avancé la quête pionnière. Je crois qu'il ne doit plus rester grand chose. On verra demain. Tac. Du coup, si vous voulez voir les précédents lives, tout est sur YouTube. Et puis, pour être averti du prochain live, normalement demain matin, bon, j'avertis tout sur Twitter. Toutes les annonces de live sont sur Twitter. C'est rare que j'oublie, mais bon, ça arrive quand même. Voilà. Sur ce, bah, il ne reste plus qu'à vous souhaiter un bon appétit. Puis à vous dire à demain pour la suite et peut-être fin de la quête pionnière. Ah, c'est pas cette scène-là. Allez, ciao ciao.